Well, hello everyone. My name is Zachary O'Shea, and this is Box of Teeth. It's also Just Another Mimic Monday, so let's cover a D&D Mimic right now. Around these parts on Just Another Mimic Monday, I reach deep into that box of teeth and produce a homebrew mimic for all of you for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. They're always horrific, sometimes a little bit silly, usually a mix of the two, and today we have the Well Mimic. The current town mayor enjoyed a quick rise to power and fortune, at least for his own little area, but in that same year he's also progressively grown more sickly, easily exhausted. He doesn't feel like he rests very well. At first he thought it was just the newfound responsibilities that he had, but now he wonders if there's something more mystical involved. He's hired your party to head up to the old hill outside of town where there is an aged well. He feels like his fortunes first turned there for the good, which means there might be some sort of clue to his illness as well. This old well, it seemed innocuous enough. It's aged, its stones are worn down and the like, but as you approach, several shadows sprung out of the ground and attacked. It was easy enough to dispatch these undead horrors and let you investigate the well more directly. You leaned on the edge, peering down into it, and found that your hands stuck to the stone, and then the rope and its bucket wrapped around your neck, becoming pink and slimy at the same time, and now the well mouth is closing like a mouth. Time to roll for initiative. A strange creature indeed. The first well mimic was crafted by a djinn who was relatively bored. He took a sliver of his power and put it in the monstrosity, then set it out on a lonely hilltop. He knew this is where mortals would go to make the most mundane of wishes, and he set off on his way, intending to return now and again and see what sort of chaos had ensued. However, he was struck by a strange illness of sorts, and little by little his life and power were flittered away. He realized too late that what was going on is that the mimic was having polyps, and those polyps became wishing wells, and those wishing wells took another sliver of his life and power with them. Eventually, the djinn dissolved away, but this also means that no more wishing well mimics could be born until one of them dies, and there's just enough power to make another. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the Well Mimic statistics for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. The Well Mimic is a challenge rating 3 medium monstrosity that is neutral. It's got a low armor class, but a decent number of hit points. It does have the usual condition and damage immunity you expect, but it also has a burrow speed. Like any other mimic, it has Shape Changer, Adhesive, False Appearance, and Grappler, but it can only change into a well. It also has innate spellcasting to cast Minor Illusion with no spell components. It can use this ability without breaking False Appearance. Perhaps it makes somebody talking out of the well, or footprints that are nearby, or the like. It also has Tunneler, so it can move half its speed and leave a tunnel behind it, but this tunnel cannot be longer than 30 feet. This is how it bores its own well. And its last ability is Wishing Well. You can only use this ability in object form and once a year, and there's one other condition. A creature has to toss a coin into the mimic and make a wish. If this ability is available, the mimic can grant that wish as per the wish spell, which is great, but also the poor creature gets wishful wasting. If you have wishful wasting, well, you lose the ability to use one of your hit die every month. If you don't have any hit dice left to lose, you die. At any point that you die, you reanimate at the next sunset at the Well Mimic's location as a shadow under its control. You can break this with a simple remove curse, but it also gets rid of all the wish stuff that you got as well, and this cannot be countered by another wish. Action-wise, it simply has multi-attack for 2 pseudopod attacks and a bite attack, as well as create water once per day as per the create destroy water spell, but it can't destroy water, that way it has water in its well. The Well Mimic draws inspiration both from a wishing well, but also the ring. That's why it produces shadows for that kind of spooky feeling. You could use it for a spooky random encounter, some pretty mean shenanigans against your players, or as a catalyst for an adventure, kind of like at the start of this video. You can find it, hundreds of other mimics, and hundreds more horror-themed monsters, all for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. They're all perfectly free at boxofteeth.blogspot.com. If you're interested in the non-Dungeons & Dragons role-playing content that I have, or the horror fiction that I write. That includes Greasepaint right there, which is book 1, and Psychopomps, book 2, which just came out, Crimson Thread series. They're all individual stories. You don't have to read them in order, but that helps. You can always go to www.zacharyoshay.com. Again, thank you for your time and your attention, and have a great rest of the week ahead of you.